My name is Vashi and I like to talk about finances, well-being and being single. Let's just get straight into the video because I really have nothing to say here. Actually wait, I do have something to say. I just want to add that these are my personal experiences and this year I'm trying to save a lot of money and these things have really saved me pounds. Videos that I've seen generally tend to talk about budgeting, which is important, automating your expenses, thrifting, shopping small, those kind of things. But I've got a few things that aren't really talked about too much that I'd like to share with you all because, you know, I love to put you guys on. If I thrive, I want you guys to thrive with me and I would also like to add that people think saving is about depriving yourself of things, but I see it as buying yourself freedom. And it's as simple as that. Oh, and I've saved probably the most important and most controversial point till the end, so stick around. If you want to see more videos on finances, well-being, and being comfortable in your singleness, hit the subscribe button down below. Thank you. Okay, let's get into it. Number 1, don't buy anything without getting something back. Okay, hear me out. I know people have shopping hacks and some people are really into couponing, but this encompasses all of that. The principle is don't buy anything without getting something back. I'm barely shopping this year in general. As you may or may not know, I'm on a no-buy year. However, when I do shop online, I make sure that I never pay full price. If you're a savvy shopper or you love a bargain, most people already know that you can make use of a voucher code that's already out there, right? But you can take this a step further by shopping through Cashback websites. And these websites add a little step in your shopping journey, but it makes sure that you always get something back. In the past 12 months, by shopping through Cashback websites, I've actually saved or gained about £850. And this is through stuff I was already going to buy anyway. And I know, I hear you, it can be annoying having to have an extra step in your shopping journey, but name me an easier way to make £850. I'll wait. For things that I buy in store, I always use a cashback credit card. And I appreciate this might not be available for everyone, but I just want to be transparent with you. And through cashback credit cards alone, this year I have gained about £200 in cashback. So that's over £1,000 that I've saved just through cashback. That's a really nice holiday. And I appreciate this credit card option might not be something that is accessible for everyone, but please make use of loyalty cards for in-store points and vouchers. Through that alone, I haven't really kept track. I've probably saved around £10 to £20 every few months, and that's pretty good. Also, I just want to add that if you're working, do check with your employer about the discounts that are available to you and make sure you make use of those. Honestly, getting cashback is one of my favorite ways of saving money. It feels like a reward. Number 2, using gift cards to budget. Basically, at the beginning of each month, I set a budget for my expenditure for that month. And if you're anything like me, one of my favorite hobbies in the entire world is grocery shopping. And I mean spending hours in a grocery store. I absolutely love it. And therefore it's so easy for me to go over budget. However, the one thing that has really helped me stick to my grocery budget each month is using a gift card to shop. So what I'll do is each month when I'm setting aside money for my groceries, I'll then top up this gift card. That way, all of the money that I want to spend on groceries for that month is limited to this, and I'll only take this with me to the shop. And I mean, that's it. It's really that simple. Put your money on here and then forget about taking your cards to the store. You will never overspend because you can't. This has really worked for me, and you can get gift cards for pretty much any store. So if there are stores that you're visiting frequently and you feel like you need to cut down on your expenditure there or restrict yourself to a certain amount, then definitely get a gift card, try it out, see if it works for you. Yeah, I hope it helps. Number 3, freezing your food. And no, I'm not talking about meal prep where you make meals in advance for the week and then freeze them and eat them throughout the week. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is buying fresh, nutritious veggies, buying them in bulk, chopping them up, and then freezing them. This is super useful if you're single or you live alone, because the way grocery stores are set up, you can't really buy 1 carrot or half an aubergine. So what I used to find is that a lot of the fruits and veggies and salad and fresh things that I would buy would go off super quickly, either because I didn't really want to eat them 3 days in a row, or I would eat out and just completely forget about them. And the cost of those things really add up, and it's also really bad for the environment. You're just wasting your money as well. So what I recommend is buying them in bulk if you want, washing them, prepping them, chopping them up, and then storing them in individual containers in your freezer. And the added benefit of this, as well as saving money, is that it's super quick when you're cooking, because you just grab a bit, chuck it in your pan. I do this with my garlic, I do this with ginger, all of my herbs. I have them stored in the freezer, and it makes cooking super easy, and I have barely any waste anymore, which makes me very happy. Number 4. Ooh. Sorry if the lighting has changed in this video, it just started raining. But it is what it is. We bring the sunshine, okay? Okay, so number 4, planning your meals. Whilst we're on the food point, I thought I'd mention another thing that has really helped me this year, and that is planning my meals for the week. And something that's helped me make it super easy this year is this fridge planner thingy. But basically, you write out what you want to eat each day of the week based on the things that you have in your fridge. Again, this comes back to the wastage point. There's little waste because you have a plan. Also, it makes my life so much easier, especially because I work a busy job and I have a busy life in general. I spend less time worrying about what I'm going to cook. And also, this means I'm less likely to order Deliveroo or order a pizza. I don't know about you, but I think about food all of the time. So this removes a lot of the stress from my day and gives me back a lot of time. Try it out and see if it works for you. It's definitely helped me, so I'm sharing it. Hopefully it helps you too. Number 5, dyeing your clothes. As I mentioned earlier on in the video, I'm on a no-buy year this year, which includes not buying clothes unless I need to replace them, like they've got a hole in it or something. And I mean, it's not been too bad, although I do wish I had a few fresher pieces in my wardrobe. However, what I've been doing this year is dyeing my clothes. And I've been doing this with my black clothes for a while, just to freshen them up. You know when your jeans are fading, or like you have a black shirt or a sweatshirt or whatever, and it's just not as black and new as it used to be. Dyeing them can be a super cheap way of refreshing your clothes, making them look as good as new. And I think a pot of dye only costs about £6, and you can dye about 3 or 4 pieces of clothing with that dye. And when you compare that to buying 3 or 4 new pairs of black jeans, then you're saving a lot of money. Beyond black, you can definitely do this to change the colour of your clothes. For example, I had this sweatshirt, and before it was this lovely green turquoisey colour, it was basically a light grey. So I got some green dye and I chucked it in the washing machine, and it came out this beautiful turquoisey colour, and now it feels like I have a new sweatshirt. So I definitely recommend you try this out if you're getting a bit tired of your clothes. It works best with lighter clothes like white or light grey, but definitely try it out. Number 6. Okay, this is the slightly controversial point that I was talking about at the beginning, and this tip is, in order to save money, you have to spend it. And I know it sounds bonkers, but you need to want to save money. There's no point in trying to save money if you don't actually want to, because then it comes back to the point I made at the beginning. It feels like deprivation and like you're depriving yourself. And we're not about that life, okay? We want to live an abundant life. Even though I'm budgeting hard this year, I really believe in living abundantly and not living a life of lack. And so I include in my budget the things that bring me joy and the things that I really want to spend on. However, through this no buy year, I've actually found that the things that bring me joy have changed significantly. So before, I used to spend thousands of pounds on clothes and just random things that after buying them and receiving them a few days later, I didn't actually feel it was worth it. A lot of the things that I bought are still hanging in my wardrobe with the tags on, or I've worn only once. Also, if you have a goal that you're saving for, put that goal against the thing that you want to buy. More often than not, you'll find that the goal that you're saving for is far more meaningful than this pair of Louboutins or these new trainers that have just dropped. And like I said at the beginning, saving is not about depriving yourself, it's about buying yourself freedom. The thing that I'm actually saving for is far bigger and far greater than anything else that I can buy. You really need to want to save money to be able to do it effectively. Otherwise, you're going to be miserable and you're more likely to relapse and go on a massive spending spree after being strict with yourself for a few months. And one thing to do is pay attention to how you feel when you buy the things that you do. Like when you buy something and you go home, how do you actually feel? Do you feel as excited as when you saw it in the store? Do you feel the same a few days later? Just pay a bit more attention to these feelings just to gauge on what you should budget for and where you should be spending your money. Also, it really helps to have a clear goal in mind and try and attach a monetary value to that goal, just because it helps a little bit more in helping you to be able to plan in terms of how you're going to reach that goal. And that's it. These are all of the things that I do that have helped me save a lot of money this year, and I thought I'd share them with you all just in case it helps one person out there to get closer to their goals. Let me know in the comments if you have any other ways to save money that work for you, because I'm all about getting that dough. If you watch this all the way through, you will be rich, okay? Bye!